know what I mean? Make those adjustments.
You know, to land hard shots and so tight.
And tight.
Crazy.
Yes, really tight.
And so accurate. Just inches away from him when he's landing these right hooks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a performance.
Yeah.
Bud Crawford just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford.
Joe Rogan has shared his insight on the potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. Fight This Fight is right at the top of the list of the most anticipated fights, two of the best fighters on the planet, with completely different styles going head-to-head. That's the kind of fight fans dream about, and who better to dive into the details of this hypothetical matchup than Joe Rogan, the UFC commentator and combat sports fanatic, broke down how this fight could play out. If you've ever listened to Rogan talk about fighting, you know he doesn't just scratch the surface, he digs deep. Rogan said that Canelo is a serious fighter, diving right into what makes the Mexican superstar so special. He's got this insane head movement, brutal body shots, and the kind of power that makes guys rethink their careers. Rogan went on to explain how Canelo's approach in the ring is all about control. He doesn't rush, he breaks guys down piece by piece, and those body shots are career-ending. Rogan believes that if Crawford gets trapped on the inside, Canelo's going to make him pay. But even Rogan admits that Canelo has some vulnerabilities, especially against slick boxers who know how to stay out of range. When Rogan turned to Crawford, you could hear the admiration in his voice. Rogan said that Crawford is just brilliant. He's one of those fighters who can do it all: fight southpaw, fight orthodox, adjust on the fly. He's like a chess grandmaster there, as per Rogan. Moreover, Rogan highlighted Crawford's speed and precision as his biggest weapons. This guy doesn't just land punches, he lands them exactly where he wants to, and his footwork, it's like he's floating. He knows how to control distance better than almost anyone. The big question, Rogan pointed out, is whether Crawford can handle the size and power of someone like Canelo. Crawford's been moving up in weight, and he's looked great. But Canelo, he's a tank. It's one thing to outbox Spence, but Canelo's pressure and power are a whole other animal.
They keep bringing up Canelo. I think that's weird, you know, because you'd have to gain, 20 pounds?
Yeah.
But they say that's the money fight. That's the mega fight. That's the money fight. That's the only thing that makes sense with Terence Crawford.
Well, you know, catch weight. Can do something at a catch weight.
What weight you think?
Probably like 160 or something.
But you said 154 the highest you want to go.
Yeah, 158.
When it came to picking a winner, Rogan didn't take the easy way out, but he didn't plant his flag either. He said that it could go either way. If they fight at a catchweight, Crawford might have the edge because he won't be carrying too much extra weight. But if it's at super middleweight, that's Canelo's territory. As per Rogan, he added that this is one of those fights where you don't even care who wins, you just want to see two masters of their craft go at it. It'd be insane. In 2023, Canelo Alvarez aimed a blockbuster $100 million contract with PBC, a move anticipated to propel the promotion to new heights of global dominance. Spanning 3 high-profile bouts, the agreement concluded with his September 2024 showdown against Edgar Berlanga. While the deal aimed to solidify Big's standing among the elite boxing organizations, the outcome fell far short of its lofty ambitions. Although Canelo cruised through all 3 bouts and secured his $100 million payday, the expected financial windfall for PBC never materialized. His carefully chosen opponents, Joel Charlo, Mongia, and Berlanga, fell short of generating the explosive pay-per-view numbers required to validate such a hefty investment. Rather than elevating revenue, these matchups underwhelmed in terms of commercial impact. Instead of elevating PBC to international supremacy, Canelo's choices have only deepened its financial woes. Multiple reports indicate that PBC is now burdened with an immense $900 million debt, with few if any paths toward recovery. As per a recent update from Rick Glazer, Canelo seems unconcerned about intensifying the financial chaos surrounding Al Haymon's PBC boxing. Matchmaker Rick Glazer recently turned to X to share his thoughts on the potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and IBF super middleweight champion William Skull. Glazer raised doubts about the financial viability of the matchup, noting Skull's lack of recognition among American fans. He further highlighted that Canelo, hailing from Guadalajara, would expect a hefty guaranteed purse, which when paired with Skull's minimal marketability diminishes the fight's appeal as a profitable Amazon Prime PV event. There's talks of Canelo possibly facing IBF World 168 pounds champ William Skull from Germany next on May 3rd. But why would PBC want that no-sell fight for Amazon PV? when Canelo will want his usual big guarantee to fight a guy that the American public has never heard of, he noted on X. Glazer said PBC really cannot afford another expensive battle that doesn't bring in a lot of money, especially in light of its present financial difficulties. This fight makes no financial sense for PBC, and PBC is definitely no longer in position to lose money. This fight would be very foolish for PBC, but this type of buffoonery would be coming from the same PBC that has lost 900+ million over the last 10 years. Some never learn that's boxing the PBC way. Glazer added in a critical rebuke. For years, whispers of Pike's struggles have circulated, ranging from difficulties in securing fresh talent to concerns about financial stability. Despite persistent criticism, Al Hyman, the mastermind behind PBC, has managed to keep the operation afloat. However, veteran boxing analyst Rick Glazer suggests that the clock may be ticking for PBC. He highlights a transformative wave in the sport spearheaded by Saudi royal His Excellency Turki Alek, which could render PBC obsolete. Glazer strongly criticized PBC in a post last year, saying PBC is failing their fighters by keeping them inactive and failing to pay their $900 million debt. Reports indicate that the PBC is grappling with a $900 million debt, prompting a significant reduction in their annual pay-per-view events, previously averaging close to 40 PVs a year. They have now failed to reach even 10 this year. Industry insider Rick Glazer suggests that staging the Canelo Skull fight might deepen their financial troubles rather than alleviate them. This raises the pressing question, what's their path forward? When Glazer shared the X post, a user queried, "Love your honesty. As always, as for a fight on PBC, who else would you propose besides Crawford?" Glazer responded by pointing out that Terence Crawford was the only fighter who, aside from a bout with David Benavidez, could provide both monetary value and competitive excitement. Crawford is the only guy that would mean something besides David Benavidez, and we already know that Canelo isn't fighting Benitez, he explained. According to Glazer, Canelo has shown little inclination toward fighting David Benavidez. In contrast, Terence Crawford presents an ideal matchup, blending elite talent with commercial appeal for PBC. A clash between Canelo and Crawford could serve as a much-needed remedy for their financial woes.